Today we will learn more about the modern feminist. The modern feminist varies from you and me, but not only in shape and size, but also on the psychological level. But to understand modern feminists, we have to venture back in time all the way to our primate ancestors. At the beginning of our time, our ancestors formed little groups or societies where they helped each other out by gathering food, grooming each other, and of course had a lot of hanky-panky. That was the same time the modern feminists started evolving, but instead of helping out, they decided to fight the patriarchy and the oppression, usually by throwing big lumps of shit at the unsuspecting public. Not long after that, the modern feminists decided to escape the hated patriarchy and form their own branch of evolution. Although they were still dependent on the technology and knowledge provided by the regular public, but I think that's just fair now, isn't it? After thousands of years of protesting and demonstrating
Down with this sort of thing! Careful now.
Against, pretty much anybody who has a penis, our modern feminists have finally evolved into the beautiful and majestic creatures they are today. They no longer roam our fields or forests, but instead happily settled in their new habitat, which are the social medias. Their tactics have also evolved. They no longer throw shit, but instead write cheerful comments and create beautiful videos. Although this tactic is fundamentally the same. The modern feminists weren't alone on this hard and difficult journey. They had their loyal friends with them, like the social justice warriors, the Black Lives Matter activists, and also everybody involved in the beautiful PC culture. But that's for another video. You might ask yourself, but how does a modern feminist reproduce? Well, that was a mystery for us for a very long time, but in this modern day of science we have finally came up with the answer that is satisfactory. First of all, our modern feminist must attract her male. She's capable of doing so either by showing her boobies or her booty. But how is she dealing with the competition, I hear you ask? That's simple. Our modern feminist is capable of multitasking. That's why she could happily show her cleavage, while she still manages to beat and harass the rest of the female public for doing exactly as she does. And that's how the modern feminists do. So, now that our modern feminist and her male are finally together, the reproduction may begin. But it differs from our own way of making love and resembles more the mating rituals of the green mantis. But the modern feminist, instead of killing and devouring her male after sex, rather decides to harass him, accuse him of sexual assault and rape. That's how the modern feminist makes sure that the male is no longer capable of spreading his seed anywhere else, ever. Our modern feminists are a great asset to our beautiful society. They have expanded our vocabulary by giving us words like mansplaining and sexual objectification. Also, on the academic field, they have created gender studies and feminism classes, which are pretty much a bunch of girls talking shit about their ex-boyfriend and getting a PhD out of it. Now, isn't that swell? Sadly, the everyday life of our modern feminists is very difficult and filled with obstacles which are just too hard to conquer. They have to face their mortal enemies on a daily basis like television, children's programming, and even video games. The simplest things like walking down the street can be very challenging for our modern feminists because they are confronted and harassed by males who dare to take a look at them or even say hello. If we would dare to venture inside the brain of our modern feminists and take a look at the world through their eyes, I'm pretty sure we would see a never-ending compilation of Jesse Pinkman saying
Bitch! 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 Son of a bitch!
Our modern feminists are very busy creatures. They get triggered more than 100 times a day, which consumes most of their energy. But they still find time and power to fight for women's rights and equality. Well, not the petty stuff like the women in Islamic countries where they are not allowed to educate themselves, have proper medical care, and are assaulted and raped on a daily basis. No, the important stuff, like the wage gap and being depicted as sexual objects in video games. And that was our lesson about the modern feminist. Please stay tuned for more videos about the social justice warriors, the Black Lives Matter activists, and also the PC culture. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And PS, dear beautiful modern feminists, please cut the crap and start helping people. Thank you. I'm Ricky, and this was the CrowCapital.